Hello crafty friends, this is Maria over at She's a Creative Girl. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for a card. If you've been watching my previous videos, I did make a few cards for the All Hallows Eve event over at Big Mouth Scrappers. They do have a few card kits available. If you're interested, you can shop at the website. It's Big Mouth Scrappers TX.com. All right, so this is the one in the video that I had not done because it was one of the first ones I did, so I didn't video it. But I'm going to go ahead and do it now for the benefit of those people who are going to be receiving kits because they were not able to attend the event. I'm going to put this one together. All right, so we've got a bow, got a piece of tulle, a little flower, a little fence, a half of a doily, a label, and we've got the little girl, we've got a bingo card, and then we've got the base. This is a heavy cardstock, and there is a crease in the middle that will be folded, and it'll be a kickstand for the card. Then we have the top of the base, and then we have the mat. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my supplies. So for this, you're going to need, really you don't have to distress a whole lot because this is a clean card. You just need your glue and pop dots or foam tape and scissors and maybe a corner rounder and a fine liner. All right, so I'm not in the mood to fussy cut, so I'm going to use my very large Tim Holtz scissors because I can cut this baby in one clean sweep. So without having to pull out my trimmer or anything else. Now, if you want to, you can ink the cards. This is a shabby style. So with it being shabby, I typically do not do too much inking, if any at all. I'm using the 1/4 inch rounder. All right, for starters, you're going to mount your mat onto your card top. It is made out of just regular digital paper, nothing fancy. Just center it onto your mat. And then you're going to find your crease. You're going to fold this back, and you're only going to attach the glue or add the glue to the top half of the card base. And you can tell it is the card base because it is a heavier cardstock. And then you're just going to lay this right on top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach my label or my sentiment to my label. Set that to the side. And then I've got 2 pieces of fence. The reason why I gave you 2 pieces is because I wanted you to layer them so that it'll give it some stability because it's a 65-pound cardstock. It was easier to cut on thinner cardstock, so I wanted to give it some stability because it's going to be hanging on the top of your card. So I'm just going to add my glue to this. Oops. Do as I say and not as I do. Oops, there was a wrong side and a right side, so make sure you have the right side. It should match up evenly. All right, got that done. All right, so then we have this piece of black tulle. Oh, you need your little mini stapler or your mini attacher. You're going to take your tool, fold it in half, and then you're going to pleat it. Just pleat, 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 pleat. And then I'm going to take my stapler and just kind of hold it all together at the bottom, because you're going to be tucking this somewhere onto the card. And then this should fan out. Okay, so for her, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mount her onto the black mat. And you're going to center it. So it's going to be a little longer on the top. I guess I didn't cut this out properly. So I'm going to go ahead and just center her where I have maybe a 1/16 of an inch of the black showing all the way around her. Now I did color these on my iPad, and I have been asked to post a video of the coloring. I'm not a pro at Procreate, but I can do a replay of the strokes that I had taken to color. So if you're interested, I'll attach that at the end of this video. And if you want to watch it, you can. If not, you can shut off there. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors, because I just don't feel like pulling out my trimmer. And just putting that there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my fine liner. I'm going to be using my Copic multi-liner. This is a 0.5. And I'm just going to add a few doodles onto this page. I'm going to do my corners. Dot, dot, dot. Maybe a little squiggle. And I'm not sure this corner is going to show, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. All right, I'm done. Now, you do have in your kit 2 itty bitty little beads, which you can put down here or up here. Let's see. I don't have anything in that corner, so I think I'm going to put them up there. So let me go get my little tool to pick those up with. All right, so I'm going to pick up my tool, a little bead. I'm just going to put a little dot through there. Hopefully that's enough, maybe a little more. I'm going to pop this baby right on top. I'm going to do the same thing with this larger one. I'm trying to be a little bit more generous because this one's a little bit bigger. There we go. I'm going to set that over there to dry. Now we're going to work on this here. We're going to, so the spider web was made on thicker cardstock. It's a heavyweight, but you still don't want to like put it all the way up here, you know, because if you're going to mail this card, you want to make sure it's going to fit in an envelope without smashing the spider web. So I would put it to where the center of the spider web is somewhere near the top, to the top of the house there, on the little attic part. Like there. So just have it stick out just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add my glue to the back of this. And in the center is going to be fine to add these all the way down to the bottom of the web. Okay, I I don't have my sample card with me, but let's see if I can figure this out. So then this is going to go here. She's going to go here. You can put a little catty corner there. And then this little doily is going to go behind here. You may need to pop out anything that's not been popped out. I did cut these on my silhouette. This whole card was cut out on the silhouette, except for the little girl, obviously. I did print those on LaserJet printer after I got them colored on my Copics, with my Copic palette on my Procreate. And I went in there the other day, oh my God, I just got an update for Procreate and all the brushes are completely different. So I'm not gonna have to go back and relearn all that all over again. It's annoying, but I'm kind of glad I have the new brushes too. It's kind of exciting. Can't wait to play with them, but I was already accustomed to doing what I was doing, even though I'm not a pro. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So I think if I glue it kind of like this way for placement, just going to add behind here. So I'm going to be kind of catty corner here, halfway. I would say like a finger away from the bottom edge would be a good place for it. Pardon my dogs. Okay, then I'm going to put her here. You can pop dot her if you want to, just to lift her up a little bit. But this is going to be pop dotted as well onto the. Maybe not. I may just, if I pop dot her, then this will be glued halfway on there, and then this is going to be tucked in somewhere under. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just let me just say this, y'all. You know, mailing these is getting more and more expensive. So I do know that the flatter they are, the better off you're going to be. So if you're not going to mail it, I would use the foam tape. If you are going to mail it, then I would use just regular glue. But since this is just a sample, I am going to go ahead and just glue it. So when I usually mail my cards, I have to say that it's non-machinable, so they don't try to run it on the machine and then ruin the dimensionals that I put on the card. So there's that. I'm going to put the little fence down here. And then I'm going to put glue halfway on this. I put the other half here. And I don't remember where I had this. I think I had it down here or here, maybe up here. But you can put it wherever you want to. Okay, so this is her hat. And I've got to pluck out a little corner there. So on her hat, if you have a gel pen, you can use the gel pen. If you have stickles, you can use stickles. So what I ended up doing was drawing in the little band for the hat. Let me go ahead and get my white pen. I'm going to use my white Posca pen, and I'm just going to draw the little band that goes across the hat. So I'm going to put this little heart in the middle, and then I'm going to kind of draw in where those creases are. If you see the little dips in the hat, that kind of gives you an idea of where you can add creases. Okay, so this little baby's going to go on top of her head. So I'm going to glue the bottom part right there. Put it kind of catty corner. And then this little bead. Let's see, go ahead and put it there. A nice big old blob of glue there. And then just put the little bead on top of her head right there. So cute. Okay, let's see. And I don't remember where I put these. I think I put this here. I don't want to cover up too much of it. I think I'm going to put it there. I guess I could go back and watch the video to see what I did. So if you're going to glue the tool, let me cut this back a little bit. I would use fabric tack and then use like a cinch clamp to hold it in place. I'm going to go ahead and cut mine back so it doesn't cover up the word trick or treat. Something for a little snippet later. Let me go get my glue. Alrighty, so I'm going to put it up there. I'm not sure that's where I put it originally, but there's a lot of nice space up here. You can put it here, but then you won't be able to mail it. Or display it because it'll be in the way of the kickstand that we just added. So I'm going to put it there. And then I'm going to put put a lot of glue here. You might even try to hot glue if you want to, because there's a little piece of wire still sticking out of that flower. So I'm going to stick that there and try to clamp it all together. That's it. I'm going to let it dry for a bit, and then we're going to tuck the tool. All right, so while that dries, you can tuck your little globby mess here behind the card somewhere where it'll give it some balance. So I'm going to put mine up in the top right hand corner. I'm going to just lift the card up a little bit and put a glob of glue down there to hold that in place. Just tuck it in there. And then I'm going to clamp it for it to dry. All right, you guys, there is my little witch card. And like I said, we do have maybe 4 or 5 kits left over. But if you don't happen to get one and you still want a kit, let me know and I will curate one for you. In the meantime, I'm going to post a video of the coloring process. I'm just going to let I'm just going to play the replay video on the Procreate software. Until then, until next time, please like, subscribe, and share, and happy crafting.